Hey, and welcome to day 3 of the Awakened Woman's series. I'm so super excited to talk about what day 3 is, and hopefully our comments will work today. So we talked about day 1, intuition, and then yesterday we talked about what are some simple spiritual practices that you can engage in every day to bring your connection closer to soul and to release energy and then enhance your vibration throughout the day. So very simple, elegant techniques that don't take a lot of time, but will make a huge impact in your life if you choose to do them on a consistent basis. So today, hi Margaret, hi Cassie, it's so fun. I'm just looking at some of the people. So it looks like my box is working today. How exciting is that? Woohoo. All right, so that's what we did the last 2 days. Today we're going to look at how do we build a superhighway to our soul. You know, our soul is a very complex, energetic field that we connect to. When we decide to have the human experience, it's our soul that sort of drops energy down and says, okay, this is the part of you that's going off to have this human experience, which is pretty cool. But when we decide to have the human experience, the soul also puts into place all of this support for us. It's support in terms of what we'll need to accomplish what we came for. It's spirit guides to help us on the spiritual level, to support us with our purpose. Every one of us has come down to fulfill a soulful purpose. Every single one of us. We don't just decide to come and have a great time at life without having a purpose. And our purpose is to have all these different kinds of experiences so our soul can have the experiences. And at the soul level, there's no judgment around our experiences about whether our experiences are good or bad or hard or difficult. It's merely experiences. And at the soul level, a lot of times they want to handle or have polarity of experiences. So I'll be talking to clients and they'll say, Marianne, like these aspects of my life is so great, but in this one aspect, I can't seem to make any movement, or I'm so stuck, or it's not happening for me. Why is that? And a lot of times we'll connect with the soul to understand what the soul's purpose was so that we can put a frame around what they're experiencing, to understand whether was this part of their journey here, or was it just something that happened based on the culmination of experiences. So as we journey through our lives, based on our human experiences, we create all sorts of beliefs in our belief system, which either allows us to have what we want or it limits us. So we have a series of beliefs, and they're either empowering beliefs or limiting beliefs. And a lot of times when we get stuck, it's because there are limiting beliefs playing out for us. So how does that work with the soul's experience? Well, if the soul came here to have an experience, let's just pick relationship. And if a soul came here to have an experience around relationships, and the person wants a different experience. So I worked with a client once who had had 4 marriages, I believe, and she was exiting her fourth one, and she was just devastated. And she said, you know, I just want a long-term relationship to work out for me. So I went up to the soul and I asked the soul, what's the purpose around relationships for this person? And it was very revealing. The soul wanted to experience as many relationships as possible. And because of this, this person was exactly doing that. Like every relationship over time ended up falling apart so she could experience yet another relationship. So my client was so over it. She was done. She didn't want to keep having these experiences. So we went back out to the soul and we renegotiated. So all of us have what I call soul contracts or soul agreements, things that are put in place before we come and have the human experience to fulfill the soul's experience. And the challenge is that sometimes what's in those contracts are not supporting what we want as humans, and we will want to change them. So here's the great news. The soul always wants to support your experience and your journey. And it also wants its experience too. So it's a way of figuring out, how could we have both? How do we have both? And then how do we get in communication with the soul enough to know what we need to hear? So today we're going to try this practice of creating a superhighway. What I say is that each one of us has a unique vibration. And within our vibration, it allows us to connect. Like if our soul is at a vibration, say, of 2,500 megahertz, it's an energetic vibration, and we're at a vibration of 2,000 megahertz. There's not that much of a gap between the two of us, so it might be very easy for us to connect to our soul. But say our soul is at a 2,500 megahertz and we're resonating at a 5 or 700. There's a big gap or a space between us and in our soul, so it's hard to make that connection. So today we're going to do two things. One is that we're going to decrease the gap, so there's a really solid connection for you to get connected to your soul. And how we do that is one, by increasing vibration. Now tomorrow we'll talk a lot more about vibration, so I don't want to go into too much detail now. What I'd rather do is do the exercise for you. And why we're doing this exercise is that so that you can connect in with your soul and get a soul word or get some information that will help you. So right now, what I want you to do is post in the group if you think that you have a very strong connection to your soul, or if you would like to further your connection or deepen your connection. I just want to get a sense of how much energy I need to put behind this. And while I'm waiting for everyone to post, for those that are listening to it in replay, and thank you for all the emails and the reach outs for those that are listening to in replay. We are certainly getting lots of people excited and involved and engaged with connecting and opening up their gifts. So I'm thrilled about that. But what I want you to do is to know, for those that are listening afterwards, get a sense of how disconnected or how connected you feel. And for you to do it on a scale of 1 to 10. And then for you, in your mind, say what the number is. 10 is very connected, 1 is very disconnected. And for those online, I also want you to take a minute and post what your scale is. On a scale of 1 to 10, how closely aligned you are to soul, or how disconnected you feel. Again, 10 is very closely, 1 is very disconnected. And as you're doing that, connected but could go deeper. I've already seen big differences since the beginning of this journey. I love that. I believe that I have a deep connection, but feel that I could go even deeper. I love that. So those that already feel like they have a deep connection, let me know you're at a 10, because what I'm going to do is charge you differently. Latrice, yes, I do, but I'd like to deepen my connection. Need to connect. I'm always up for deepening. Like to further my connection. I love this. I have some missing soul elements. I'm at 3. Margaret will work on that. Cassie says she's at 3. We have 3s, 5s. sixes, tens, nines, sevens. Okay, let me begin by starting to get you aligned to a certain vibration so that we can create that superhighway. So when I say a superhighway, here's what I notice. The more you travel to soul, the more it becomes like an energetic path. It's easy for you to align and go, or it's easy for you to drop deeper and deeper into soul. So that's what we're going to create for you today, is this ease. And why do you want the ease? When you're aligned to your soul, you get so much more assistance in life, and you could feel it more. So that is why you would want it. So here's what I'm going to do. For those in the 1 to 3 range, your color is gold. 1 to 3 is gold. 4 to 6 is silver. 7 to 10 is, you're yellow with white light. So now what I mean by that color is that when I bring you on your journey, I want you to sink into that color. Now you could do it in many ways. You can imagine the color like a superhighway in front of you and you get on it and you just float with it. Or you can imagine the color as a big bowl that you drop into. Or the color swirls around you and then connects you. However it works for you is the perfect way. But know that I'm running energy with you right now as you engage. Once you pick these colors, you're giving me permission to help run energy behind you to make that connection to your soul deeper and more insightful. So I want you to pick your color, get into a comfortable place, take a few deep breaths. Oh, and if several of you are like unsure of what color you should pick the lower color, because all that means is I'm going to boost you more. Okay? So if you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm a 6 or a 7, that's your mind getting in the way. So just pick the lower color. So take another deep breath and really allow yourself to relax. Remember, from 1 to 3 is gold. From 4 to 6 is silver, and from 7 to 10 is yellow-white. So yellow with streams of white running through that. And one more deep breath. And just allow yourself to be in the different color, the color that you picked that is so perfect for you. And as you're in this color, you're taking deeper and deeper breaths. And your intention is to open and connect. So if you're establishing the connection and you're having a struggle to stay in it, focus on your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Our breath is also our connection to spirit. So every time, just focus on breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And just do that over and over for yourself. Now, as you're in this connection to soul, I want you to ask soul for a word, any word that would be important for you to know. And just see what pops up into your head, or what feeling you get, or sense, or visual. Don't overthink it. Take the first thing that shows up or that you have a sense about. And if you don't know, I want you to make up the word. Now, once you have that word, come back and put it in the comments section. And I want you to think about what that word means to you. And so when I say come back, just imagine breathing in, letting the color dissipate, and be back into your bodies. And just post whatever word you got and what that means to you. Okay, so I love it. Kristen got the word love. Kristen, what does that mean to you? Cassie, you got the word go. What does go mean? Fiona, you got trust. Know and trust. So what does that mean to you? Nazim, you got health. Nicole, you got success. April, you got peace. Laura, you got generous. Marianne, you got shimmer. Ooh, I like that word. Rashida, love. So write down what these words mean to you. Margaret got love. Love is safe and powerful. I love that. No pun intended. Samantha got home, and I got my mother's face. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Especially if you have a good relationship with your mom. Teresa got forgive and heal yourself. I love that. Our souls will give us messages all the time. So it's so easy to connect and get some insight and wisdom. April, peace, not being stressed, help yourself, be happy, be free. Julie got love, strength, and learning and teaching. Jennifer got purpose with a big question mark. I love it. Patty, you got mushroom. So I want to know what mushroom means to you. Remembrance, remember who you are. Yes, our soul will always be asking us to remember who we are. Because a lot of times when we come in and we have our physical experience, we begin to play small. And we play small for different reasons. Maybe someone told us not to be so big, or not to be seen, or not to be heard, or whatever it is. A lot of times through our journey, we get our power stripped away from us. And so we begin to believe what others are telling us, rather than staying connected to our knowing of who we are. But when we connect to our soul, what happens is we get in all that yumminess of the energy again of who we are. And it's like we get imprinted again with what's possible for us. So I love it. Trish, you got faith to heal. I love it. Go means do what you want to do. Be brave. Move forward. Do something different. Do something you love. Absolutely. Now, when you get messages like that, you know that's soul talking, because soul always talks in the affirmative. Soul doesn't carry judgment. It doesn't say you need to, you have to, you haven't done this, you disconnected. Like, that's not soul. It's probably your ego happening, trying to keep control of you. What soul does is hold the possibility for you open so that you can bring the best part of you forward in life. So this is great. This was a great beginning. And now I want to bring you a little bit deeper. So for those that had the color gold, that was number 1 to 3, I want you to step up to silver. So you're going to use the color silver. For those that were using the color silver from 4 to 6, you're going to move into yellow-white. And for those that were yellow-white, you're going to go into deep purple, okay? So we're bumping everyone up, and we're bumping everyone up because I could feel the shift already. And what I want to do is to continue to deepen that connection. So this time, when you go in, I want you to ask Soul, what would serve you most at this moment in time? So you're going to connect to the color, do some deep breathing if you have to stay connected to it. If you find your mind getting distracted, just follow your breath. That will help you stay in connection. And then ask your soul, what would serve you best at this moment in time? All right, let's go. Let's bring you to another deeper level. Now, when you're ready, come back to present time in present place, bringing your whole self back. And what did you hear? What did you sense? What did you know? What did you feel? Remember, it's not always going to come in words. You'll just get a feel, a sense, a knowing. And just let it come through. So if you have a minute, definitely post. I'd love to hear what you were getting. Oh, Fiona, I love this. Trust that you can heal. You can do this. It's your purpose. There's no greater time to be in the world when you are aligned to your purpose. Because when we are aligned to our purpose, so helps out and supports us in moving forward in that as much as possible. So if you try to, I've had a client or two here or there that kept ignoring or avoiding what their purpose was, and they would go over here and then go over here, and nothing would ever work out until finally they would sink into what they knew at the core was their purpose. And then suddenly life got so much better. So if that's you, if you're noticing things are just not working out, it might be that you're a little off purpose. And so do this exercise, breathe in, connect to soul. Ask, what should I be doing? What's my purpose? Jennifer says, ease will serve me best. I couldn't get the colors or anything. Samantha. Okay, Samantha, did you get it the first time? Let me know if you got it the first time. Spend more time here. Oh, I love that. I got chills. Then I got, please be patient. Very specific book. Send 10 query letters. I love that. Release the urge to control, surrender, trust yourself. The divine, your purpose, you are ready, just jump in. It's your time, it's your time. Jump with faith. I love all these messages. Do you see there's a common theme in all of these messages? They're all super uplifting. Now, I want you to send me hearts if you feel more energized than you did when you began the call. Because what I know for sure is that when we connect to our soul, we feel more and more energized. And for those, there are a couple of you that said you didn't connect the second time. So what I would say is that what you want to do is go back to your original color and continue to use that color and go deeper, 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 and then bounce up. So I was moving you faster because there were so many of you already at 10s that I wanted to keep bringing you deeper and deeper. But for those of you that couldn't, just keep going back to that original color. Remember, we want to create a super highway here. And what's the benefit to you to do this? Now, we've been together for 28 minutes. And in this 28 minutes, you've connected to soul twice. And you've gotten information. And you've gotten support from soul. And based on all the hearts and smileys and faces that went through, it seems like all of your energy was also lifted. These are not time-consuming practices, but boy, they can pack a punch if you begin to do this every day and follow it and share it with others. And take notes, like go into soul and ask a question every day. I ask my question every day just to give me some insight and wisdom, just to give me some grace. Sometimes I just need a lift. And so I'll go into soul and I'll just say, okay, I just need an energy lift. And I'll stay in that vibrational color till I feel all the energy coming at me and I feel really yummy again. And then I'll just connect. I'll say my thank you, be in gratitude, and then move on. So it doesn't take long to connect to our soul. And you don't have to be a master to be back in reconnection. Remember, soul wants to connect with you. So if you choose one of these colors, these are the colors that were laid out for everyone that joins now or joins later. So use the color to help you shift your vibration to go deeper with your soul. What I want to do now is talk about what we're doing tomorrow. Tomorrow we're talking all about vibrational energy. I love it. I love to play with vibrational energy because I believe that shifting our vibration constantly creates more and more and more for us to manifest in our lives. So tomorrow we're going to talk about how do you move yourself into the vibration of manifestation, and then how do you make your requests so that you can receive. And today I want to leave you with one thing. I want to leave you with whatever you heard from soul, whether it was the word or the phrase or a feeling or a sense. I want you to look for evidence of that in your life. Like if you got the word go, just go, you'll be supported, and begin to look for support. If you got, several of you got love deeply, go for love, trust love. So you want to look for love in everything that you're doing and in everyone you connect with. So you want to look for the evidence of it, because by looking for it, you actually bring it into you more and more and more. And again, for those that the second time around, there are a couple people that said they didn't feel anything, go back to the original color and just do that over and over again. And then when you feel like you've got that locked in, then bump yourself up again. Oh, somebody, Alice's soul gave her a dove. Oh, that's so beautiful. I love the way I feel right now. That's from April. Really at peace and love. Took longer to connect to purple, but I feel it filled me more. Yes. I wanted to stay swimming there. You know, a lot of times when you connect to this gorgeous energy of your soul, it's really difficult to leave, because really what you're doing is you're connecting back to your essence of you. You're connecting to all of who you are. Your soul carries the perfect being of you. So when you connect, all of you gets charged up again. So it is difficult to leave. And you don't have to leave. You get to stay in the color as long as you want. But remember to either ask for something, soul support for something, or ask a question so you hear some insight and wisdom. Because this is also a way to strengthen and develop your intuition. And by connecting with soul's dying to connect with you. So the information should come to you easier. So that's a great exercise in developing your intuition more. All right, everyone, looking forward to tomorrow, to the vibration work that we're going to do, and how to keep enhancing your vibration for manifestation. I hope you really enjoyed this session. It's so fun to connect and work with soul. And what I'm giving you is just the tip of the iceberg, but sometimes just the tip of the iceberg is also incredibly, incredibly helpful to get us going, to move us in our lives, to open us up, to trust who we are and what we're about. So I've enjoyed being with you today, and I so look forward to tomorrow. Take care, everyone.